This is Dan Anderson. We're very welcome on this call. Now, this is the weekly seminar for those of you who are new to us, where me as the CEO and other corporate stakeholders, we kind of give you an update on what's going on in the field, and give you that weekly pulse beat of what's going on in the world of Leo. We've run this call since 2012. And over the years, we've missed maybe 2, maybe 3 because of public holidays and stuff. So this is something that we're very, very proud of. We're very, very pleased to be able to tell you what's going on. At the moment, the agenda for this call is the top-up pack and the 2020 Vision seminars, a new incentive for Baku, and ultimately a call to action. But the most exciting part today is, of course, is what's going on with our causes. We believe in the causes program, and we want to create a social entrepreneurship program here that will make the world take note. We are just getting ready, and sort of conversations we had this morning about how many people have engaged with causes, and it's an extraordinary international spread on this. It's not the same list, but I was looking at another list this morning of countries that we have an engagement in where Leo exists as a company, and that was 207 countries. Latest stats this morning, and obviously that includes some countries that are not standalone countries in their own right, various Micronesian islands and stuff. But we basically have pretty much every part of the Leo community, maybe most of them in quite a small way, but it's still quite a big spread. And we think that we have over between 30 and 40 countries that pack and on the causes program here. So that's kind of creating this global entrepreneurship, social entrepreneurship program that we think could be extraordinary. Now, as you know, the top-up pack is for our members only, so this is not something you can go out into the external market with, but this is for people who are within our business to give them something to participate with. And there's lots of drivers for this to do with rank awards and what have you. But the package is £1,000, and there's RP and BP on it, as you can see on the screen. And you receive £750 worth of courses. And this is the thing that's educating us. Is with the benefit of hindsight, we see that many of the things that we're applying here is what we should have done back in the day, and what we will do in the future going forward. This is very much the sort of the role model and bench model for where we want to take our entire digital currency activities, if you like. So the top-up bought in November. This is giving you 750 worth of courses per pack, and the price of those courses is obviously now in the free market zone. Supply and demand is defining extraordinary things going on external exchanges and internal exchanges. And the price set by the members and the community of causes holders is showing some fun and games that are almost making us giddy here, and we're giggling a little bit. We're still maintaining a minimum price guarantee at £1, so there's kind of no risk. But the cool things about this as well is that as we go forward, short-circuiting the processing here. The corporate teams wanted to have several months worth of time to activate and go through the process for this, but we've managed to squeeze that down into the bare minimum to make this very, very fast and very, very liquid. And basically, that your member or your team member will purchase the course this week. We will process it next week and deliver it to you the week after. So this is 2 to 3 weeks maximum before you see how many courses you get. Now, the example of that is that you buy a top-up on the 1st of November, your courses will be delivered on the 13th of November. That's when we will know how much we were able to get the courses for, which will determine how many courses you get in your package. If you buy on the 5th of November, it's still the 13th because you're still within that first week. If you buy on the 14th of November, then it goes to the 27th of November. So just bear that in mind, that you manage expectations of your team members appropriately so that they understand that there's a 2 to 3 week delivery on this. They'll also be escrowed for 90 days from the purchase date. So again, it's very much a case of get in there and understand that with any form of initiative like this, the early bird gets the work. Now, the big announcement here today on this webinar is that out of a maximum of 1 million causes created, 659,978 causes have been sold or are in the rank awards given out during this period. That means that 340,022 causes are burnt. And we've done that now. We've locked them off into a publicly visible wallet. And so that means that the total supply now and forever of courses is 659,978. So instead of an oversupply, we've got a very, very finite supply of courses. And we're seeing already that this is creating a supply and demand metric that is just very, very interesting. I'm going to invite me here to share with you some of the technological sides of this and where we are in terms of wallet resonance and exchanges, etc. So me here, explain a little bit more your perspective on this limited supply as that plays into this venture of ours.
Hi everyone, delighted to be here as always. So, like we announced on the cruise out of Hong Kong, we'd start off with 1 million of these courses and see how it went for the first month or so. And then after that, whatever was sold, whatever was issued as a supply, that would be it forever. And so we're now, a month and a half after that, and the total number of causes in the world now is 659,978. That is it. No more new causes beyond that will ever see the markets, will ever see the light of day, will ever see anything at all. So your question obviously is, well, you created 1 million before. You're saying 659,000 are out there in the world. What's happened to the other 340,000? Well, we've sent the other 340,000 to a separate wallet. And you should all take a screenshot here or all take a note here. This is the open public address where those 340,000 are sitting. And you can see the number there on the thing, 340,022 causes. You can see the address it's been sent from, and you can see the address it's been sent to, and you can see the hash, and you can see the details of all of that transaction. Those 340,022 coins will sit in that wallet forever. Anyone can see this page. This is an open public blockchain of all coins like this. You got the full web address there, and if you can't find that, you just go to that website, etherscan.io, search for causes, find this transaction of 340,000 causes, and you can see all the information there. Those coins will never, ever move. The only coins that will move and will get issued and will get withdrawn and traded and all the usual things you'd expect is that 659,978. So, all transparent, all on the blockchain, all for anyone to see and anyone to check. If you're a member, if you're not a member, if you understand this or don't, you can Google it, you can work it out. It's very, very simple and easy to check forever. Those coins will never, ever move. So, that's one thing that's happened this week, and that's the supply that we will be trading and acquiring all of our causes from. Because obviously, people are able to still buy the top-up product, people are still able to choose causes as a rank award, and that creates the demand. The supply, as we know, is at 600,000 and something. That's the members. And so to meet that demand, to meet that need, we as a company have to acquire those causes. We as a company have to buy them from the members. And here's one of the ways of selling them. Hopefully you've all seen your back office. There's a tab that's called, I think, Causes Exchange or Causes Platform. You write in the number of causes you want to sell, and you write in the price you want to sell them for. And people have already been doing this over the last couple of weeks. People have already sold their causes for quite some good values. Indeed, just this morning, I think there was a member from China who was testing the platform, didn't even mean to sell, but she was testing the platform. She was testing the platform out, and she wrote 300 causes for sale at £3. Now, the company, we obviously saw that, and we thought, well, that's a very, very good price for us indeed. So we snapped those up very, very quickly. And before she knew it, she'd sold 300 causes for £3 each. Which meant that obviously she'd covered most of the cost of the top-up, and she was doing very, very well for herself, and she still has 450 causes left.
But who made a mistake doing that?
And she made a mistake doing that. But, well, don't sell them if you don't want to sell them. That's kind of the thing. Don't click sell if you don't plan on selling for the price. Because we do need them. We have people who've already bought top-up products since the end of the incentive period. We've had people who are already getting new ranks and choosing causes as their reward. So we need these causes to meet that demand. And so when you put up a price for sale, if we think it's a good price and we look at the whole market and think you've given us a good deal, we will buy them very, very quickly from you. So don't get caught out like that lady did. Though, to be fair, she has got £3 per causes, 300 causes, so she shouldn't be too unhappy.
So she could buy another package.
She could indeed buy another package, basically. So she shouldn't be too unhappy with the world. So hopefully you've all seen that working on your back office. If not, go check it out and set some prices and see what you want to, see how you want to work. Then obviously you've seen this page as well, which is called the causes ledger on your back office. This shows where the tradable coins are. This shows where the escrowed coins are. This is where you withdraw your coins, and the rest of it. And so this is the page to sort of monitor your balance, and the other page is the one to sell them via the back office. Happy days, all fine. Now, this next page, I want to throw some words of caution at. As you know, Causes is an openly traded coin. It's a public coin. It's not a secret internal platform. It's not a private blockchain. It's none of that. It's an openly traded coin on the Ethereum blockchain, working just like so many other coins out there in the world. That means it can be bought and sold and traded on Livecoin. Now, we're working on adding other exchanges, but for now, Livecoin is plenty. Livecoin is ample for almost every single person on this call to access. The very first coins have started coming out of escrow. This means that the open market supply is still very, very limited. Very few people are withdrawing yet. Very few people have already got their coins out there. But that shows the power of a tight supply and demand, and a decent or even growing demand. Over the weekend, we've seen some people trading on Livecoin for excessive amounts for their causes. If you look at this, you can see on the left the pink box. That's where people are selling their causes, and on the right-hand side of the box, that's where people are buying those. They're buying causes, and some of these trades are happening, which means over the weekend we've seen people sell one cause, two cause, half a cause for ridiculous amounts of money, in the hundreds of pounds, between 200, 300 and 400 pounds per cause. Now, absolutely and entirely, that is not the genuine price of a big volume of causes. If you wanted to withdraw your causes now and sell 750, you would absolutely not get £140, £200, £300, £500 for each one. Don't sell that. Don't tell people that. That is not what will happen. And so what we want to see, and what we will see over the next coming days and weeks, is as more causes hit the external markets, more causes hit Livecoin, we should start to see that price stabilize and drop rather significantly. That's our expectation. That would be normal. On the other side of the equation, you can see people who are buying causes. And you can see that the top price right now that someone's willing to buy some causes for is 0.003000166 Bitcoin. That's about £21. So it is true to say if you wanted to sell 0.49 causes right now to that person, you'd get a price of £21 on average per coin. But again, it's still very small volumes. If you wanted to sell a lot more, obviously the price would go down a lot. The price would start to fall. And that's normal, that's fine, that's how supply and demand works. What we're seeing on Livecoin right now is what happens when you have a very, very tight supply with fairly decent demand. And we hope that journey continues as we move forward with causes, but we will see a stabilization, we will see a normalization of the price over the next week or two.
But you have seen some trades at the £3, £4, £5 level?
And we have seen some trades at £3, £4, £5 level. If you look further down that blue column, you will start to see more and more volume happening at, well, if you look down right at the bottom there's someone buying 91 causes for 0.0003, which is about £2.50 or so in causes. And that's fairly encouraging. And then above that. So you can sell your causes for a couple of pounds, £2, £3 a pop, and given we're only in month one of the project, that's very, very encouraging indeed. And it shows the power of a tight supply combined with demand. However, I would say don't use these hundreds of pounds numbers to build your business, because that's how you create false narratives. That's how you create nonsense stories. What we want is steady, real business doing real things, and that's what you see on the buying side of causes, and that's what we expect to continue. And we're very encouraged by just these first few days of open trading, these first few days of the open market, seeing how people are responding, how they're working, and how excited, in starting volumes people are getting about causes and its potential.
So while I have you here, Mihir, then if I ask you this, because you've got your finger on the pulse here and what have you, if we don't like to make predictions and we have to be responsible about what we say, but is it true to say that the price after the first week will be £1.50? I mean, do we have a feeling?
Well, if we look at what people are selling for, and we look at what trades have happened in volumes, because it's the volumes that matter. It's not the one-off. Someone's bought half a cause for £400. That's not what will set.
That was someone's mistake.
Exactly, surely. That's not. But that's not the price that will set the average price. It's the people who are selling and trading for hundreds of causes, 300 causes at £3, 700 causes at £2.50. It's those sorts of volumes that set the average price, not these outliers that justify what people will get in their top-up packs. So if we're looking at one and a half to two sort of pounds, or maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, I would never predict anything. I would never promise anything. But that's kind of where things are looking over the next week or two, based on these very early.
Yeah, it's impossible to say, I know. We just had a fire alarm go off here in the office, and that must be a caution that the market is not this hot. We also suspect, honestly, that a couple of members are kind of buying and selling coins to each other, and that's absolutely fine. They're experimenting and testing the platform. So the coin is not worth £140, £200, whatever these individual trades are showing you, but it is showing you that there's some life out there, and what we're seeing is sustained activity at the lower levels. So if last week you had £750 worth of causes that were £1 each, this week that will be better, and we will only know the final picture on Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday week.
Wednesday week.
Yeah, the people who buy top up between now and the close of this sales week will receive their causes next Wednesday. So in 9 days' time.
That's not very good.
And so that's absolutely the thing to do, to get in before that deadline.
Yeah.
Wait till Thursday or later on Wednesday, then it'll be a week after that you'll receive your causes.
And we're quite frosty and quite excited by this. There's no way of predicting these markets. They're all irrational and all a bit crazy. But we see very strong reasons to assume that the price of courses will go up and up quite drastically in the beginning, and then tail off, and in the next 3 months we'll get to sort of a normalized position. Where that normalized position is, it would be irresponsible of me to say, but we are very excited for the early birds that are going to go off with us here. So let's just leave it at that. Now, so that's quite cool. Well, one of the things that we want to do is explain how what we're learning from causes is going into our wider business model when it comes to LeoCoin and the rest of our business. And we also have an awful lot of work going on with our e-learning and our live seminar business. So the 2020 vision is very much to be the largest training company in the world. And one of the things that we want to be seeing in 2020 is live seminars on a scale and an amount of dates and venues that we're running across all of our markets that we've never seen and never done before. And towards that, we're sort of doing a few 2020 vision seminars in a few key and choice markets. So we want to do in December, February and March for the leadership groups out there in the world. And starting with our 2020 vision seminar in Qingdao in China, we're looking at an event that will be in the thousands, and it's important that we sort of get this into the Chinese market because obviously there's an awful lot of interest in digital currencies and education and e-learning, and a Western company coming and selling an entrepreneurship and a social entrepreneurship program is very strong. Going forward, we have our India event, which again we're very excited by because India is such a strong market with such the world's largest middle class, growing faster than anywhere. Education is something that the Indian culture just embraces. And the idea of a British company coming there and doing a live seminar business and educational business is again very, very strong. So that's in February in Goa. We then want to go back to our roots, and on the 20th of February as the tentative date, we are doing the Vision Convention in Cairo, Egypt, where we launched our company in 2012. So 20th of December 2012 is when we launched our company, and it's nice to be going back there on the 2020 thing there. So there's something coming together about that, and again, very excited about that. I'll probably be going over to Egypt myself in the very near future to discuss with leaders and event suppliers. Then the big one is Baku, the Vision Convention in Azerbaijan. If you can see on the pictures here, Azerbaijan is a country that epitomizes the emerging economies in the world, where you have old history and dynamic future linked together, and these four flames, these buildings here, these modern things in the middle, in an ancient capital of Azerbaijan, is a very attractive destination for some of our people, the Dubai region, but also our Chinese. So we're very, very keen to be going there. And to that end, we're launching just a mini incentive just to help you, because the people that are qualified for the Momentum tour, they can redeem their tickets for this as well. But this is 2 nights accommodation and meals, entry to the Vision Seminar and the rally, and the travel bonus. And you qualify for that, and this is pitched really for the worker bees, the people who are taking this business forward. If you earn £700 in the direct commissions, which is the new 3-level indirect bonus structure, 555 instead of the old 10% on your, so this, the multi-level direct commission, if you like. Any sales that have happened already since the 1st of November through to the 31st of December, to the last day of 2019, you'll qualify for a place if you earn that. So not only are you earning money with Leo, you're also getting a free business trip, where in March you will see the roadmap for the business we take forward for the next 10 years. That has an awful lot to do with training, with seminars, with podcasting, with the whole business model that we've always been in, and our plans, the Coin and the digital currency stance that we take, and the social entrepreneurship model build. So the full details will be coming out very shortly on that, but this is the time to get going and roll your sleeves up and sell, because this is the time when really the early adopters get a phenomenal benefit. So the call to action is very much grow the community, get the rewards, get ready, qualify for Baku, and push the social entrepreneurship model, because fundamentally our goal is to build schools. We want to build more schools than any company has ever done before in underprivileged communities, in your market, in so many markets in the world, where the needs of the community, the needs of the family are best met by educating the children. That's the legacy that we want to bring to this. And we're doing that by having a modern business, global business, a digital currency business, as well as an e-learning business. So for us, this is all coming together incredibly nicely. And the excitement that we're having at the moment when we're seeing what causes is doing out there in the world now, and the excitement that we're sensing from our members and our leaders is very motivational indeed. So we are just at that point when we're turning, and we're at a tipping point when we go forward to our biggest future ever. Now, we've had many times in the past when we've had challenges and issues, when we go up to a whole new level and trade through the difficult times that we've faced together, and thanks to your support and your commitment and your loyalty and your trust, I am convinced that we will do something extraordinary together. So that is Dan Anderson saying thank you very much for this. This is the time to learn so that you can earn, so that you can own. And we are here. We're not going anywhere. And I'm very excited about the next 10 years. Yeah. So thank you very much indeed, and look forward to seeing you out in the world at our 2020 Vision events.